Parks build communities, and so here in Aiken they're certainly important. We have multiple parks with many different amenities that really help bring people together, gives them fun, leisure, activity opportunities, whether it's participating in a program or event at the park, working out through equipment that we have for fitness, walking trails to get exercise. So there's a lot of ways to connect. So it really builds a community and brings a community together, but it has many benefits, again, of the health and wellness of the individuals. And parks are also known to bring additional value to communities as well. So we have a lot of tourists that come to Aiken, and a lot of those are here visiting the programs and activities that are taking place in our parks, whether it be a sports tournament on a weekend or a holiday event like Christmas in Hopelands.
Businesses like to locate close to parks, and when people come to a city looking for housing, especially if they have small children, they want to make sure that a park is close so they can take the kids to the playground. So we are fortunate to have so many here in Aiken, and they're smaller parks, but they all are spaces that people can go and exercise, and it doesn't cost a thing.
For example, we're standing in Hopeland Gardens where the mission is actually to have a peaceful serenity place, so people can come and gather their thoughts, enjoy amenities. We have the Thoroughbred Hall of Fame at Hopelands. We have so much to offer. This is very exciting. We have the dollhouse, which is kept up by our garden clubs in our community. So I think it's for just a sake of mind and a place for people to gather and families to come together.
Parks come in all shapes and sizes, and it's really based on the space available, the need for that area of town. For a community or neighborhood such as Calmia Hill, it's considered a mini park for that neighborhood, whereas Odell, or what we call Virginia Acres Park, is more of a community park for it's not necessarily set in a neighborhood setting. So what you're going to see amenity-wise varies based on that. And these parks have dated back years and years, and so they've come about different times. And you really have to, the disparities come about because of that. The budget at the time, the management at the time, the need of the community at the time that park was established. A lot of our parks are under restricted funding. We receive grants through federal and state grants, and many of our parks are through a land and water conservation fund restriction, which means you cannot put buildings on there or indoor structures. You have to have outdoor amenities, and so that creates some disparities in what we can do and limitations in what we can do within some of our parks.
I think each park actually serves a different purpose, maybe even for each individual. I mean, I think someone can come to this park and they may want to go through the maze as a process of relaxing, or just come enjoy the amenities at the Thoroughbred Hall of Fame. So I think each park can mean something different to every person each time they come. It's a different experience, and I think that's what we're really promoting is experiences. It's things for people to see, touch, feel, just enjoy. So we certainly have within our city parks like Hopelands, Citizens, Generations, which have missions for whether it be soccer, baseball for younger people. We have our new Leslie Price Senior Center, where we offer programming more geared for seniors. But it's important at that one, for example, we try to bring in the afternoons younger programming and try to mix a lot of intergenerational. It's so important that stories and relationships from our seniors get passed on to our next generation. So we try very hard to work for programming that will have that intergenerational interaction. But an important aspect of parkways is also the 178 parkways between our roadways. So Teague Park, for example, is on Park Avenue between Newberry and Lawrence. It's an incredible parkway that we've been redoing as a city. 3 years ago it was overgrown with bushes. You couldn't even park on the other side of it and feel safe. Now we've cleaned it out. We've put lights and pathways. In a lot of ways, our parkways are really used for connectivity. It's a place where people can exercise, but also just really enjoy strolling around and just really offer that experience of exercise, connectivity for our city.
Recreation Trails program is a grant where we can improve our walking trails. So a lot of our park improvements recently and in the future, you'll see that. A few years back, we were able to add on here at Citizens Park. Our most recent RTP grant awarded us Generations Park trail improvements. So we've paved the trails there, and we've put in a cross-country trail. We have done through a Parks and Recreation Development grant. Picnic shelter improvements. So Virginia Acres Park and Smith Hazel Park both had their shelter roofs replaced last year. And again, you know, that the wood was rotting and wear and tear and age. So when we see the need that something needs replacing, then we try to seek additional funding to help support the city's budget with that. We have some great improvements coming along, also through our capital project sales tax budget that was passed last year. First and foremost, the pool at Smith Hazel Park is going to undergo reconstruction, so we're in that process, and we'll have a brand new pool facility next summer for the community.
The pool was over 29 years old. Last year there were so many problems with it and so many repairs done to the pool and the pool deck that we could no longer put a Band-Aid on it. We had to do something. So this year the pool is closed. It was not going to meet DHEC standard while it's closed. And we've got the money to start looking for those who can complete that project. It is due to be open in December of 2020, and I'm so looking forward to that. And I promise people, I'm like, you're gonna have a new pool house, new deck, new pool, and it's gonna be better than ever. One of the newest is Generations Park, and I'm sure you've been out there. We had an opening about a year ago, and about 2,000 people showed up, and we had all the touch a truck activities and vendors and food trucks. It was very successful event. That's the newest, but there's still a lot to be done there. We probably got at least 60 more acres that we need to develop, and I'm looking forward to getting in some CPST monies or grants to enhance what we already have.
Generations right now is the phase 1 completion. We've actually just put some more money towards road improvements in and out. That's something that's required by DOT before we expand other services there. I think the next phase will be an important one. What I personally would like to see, of course, it'll be discussed within our community, but I would love to see a soccer complex go at Generations, because right now we're playing on you know, they're make-do fields. We're playing in outfields a lot of times for our soccer program. It's actually the highest used youth sport that we have in participation is soccer. So I think Generation offers a lot of opportunity there. I would see that as a part of phase 2, moving all the soccer to that complex. What we don't want to do is duplicate services. I don't want to have 2 baseball fields, because I don't want to create a division of north and south or east and west within our city. I think it's important that each complex has its own mission and standalone, so people come together, whether it be at Generations or whether it be at Citizens Park for softball, baseball.
So really it's just a matter of planning and timing and prioritizing the highest need, and we go from there. So many undiscovered parks in the community, and each have their own personality and uniqueness, but they're all open to the public, and they're all part of what makes Aiken Aiken.
We've got a lot right now, a lot of amenities in most of the parks, but I don't think we can have too many to make it the best it can be.